Mauricio Umansky celebrates PK Kemsley's birthday in London. From the 9 to 02 to 10 to the heart of England, Paul PK Kemsley and Mauricio Umansky's bromance is the gift that keeps on giving. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills house husbands celebrated PK's 58th birthday in London, as seen in an epic photo the birthday boy posted to Instagram on August 21. He and Mauricio, both standing, smiled subtly at the camera as longtime pal and RHOBH guest Boy George and Clark Datchler, frontman for the British pop band Johnny Hates Jazz, sat before them as part of the festivities celebrating the English talent manager. Only weeks ago, the British musicians headlined at London's Uptown Festival. Mauricio posted the group photo as an IG story to the tune of Johnny Hates Jazz's 1987 hit Shattered Dreams. In another video, PK filmed his doting parents, Esmond and Kenny Kemsley, as he joked about them getting into the wrong car. The seemingly low-key celebration in London took place a couple of days before PK's actual August 23 date of birth, something he once had to clear up on the internet. How PK Kemsley and Mauricio Umansky celebrated their birthdays last year. Despite PK and Mauricio separating from their wives, Dorrit and Kyle Richards, respectively, the close buds have always found time to pay tribute to one another. Last year, the men hit Las Vegas for PK's 57th lap around the sun, complete with their own private jet. Captioning an Instagram video, PK thanked the agency founder for remaining my dear, dear friend. The trip took place months after PK and Dorrit announced their May 2024 split as the Beverly Beach swimwear designer and the couple's children, Jagger and Phoenix Kemsley, were away on a tropical vacation. Despite the irreconcilable differences that prompted Dorrit to file for divorce on April 25 after 9 years of marriage, the housewife posted a heartwarming photo of the family of four, stating, "Happy birthday, PK. Lots of love from me and the Munchkins." In June, PK wished Mauricio a happy birthday for his 55th and referred to him as my brother. Details about Mauricio Umansky and PK's friendship amid their separations from Kyle Richards and Dorrit. The men maintain a bond as both RHOBH husbands navigate life amid separation. What's more, PK told Us Weekly in March that Mauricio, who separated from Kyle after 27 years of marriage, understood having one's marital woes unfold before audiences. "We were friends anyway. It wasn't about the fact that we're both separated," he told the outlet. "We were close anyway. The fact that we're going through this together is obviously helpful for us. You know, we can share because not everybody understands it, and it's a little bit difficult when it's played out so publicly." Earlier this month, photographers captured the BFS leaving a restaurant on Melrose Avenue in West Hollywood. Guy's trips to Miami and PK comforting Mauricio following his bone-breaking skiing accident have been a couple of the ways they've shown one another love over the years. PK's recent birthday get-together was just the icing on the cake. Don't miss the latest on PK and Mauricio, including what their estranged wives had to say about the guys partying it up with Summer House's Kyle Cook. The London twilight filtered through the restaurant window, casting a warm, honey-toned glow over the table. Outside, the city's historic heartbeat throned, but inside, a different kind of rhythm held sway, one of shared history, quiet understanding, and unwavering friendship. Paul PK Kemsley, looking every bit the convivial host at 58, raised his glass. Across from him, Mauricio Umansky, his face a canvas of subtle contentment, returned the gesture. The table was full, a lively constellation of celebrated friends like Boy George and Clark Datchler, but in this moment, the universe of the room seemed to shrink to just the two of them. To 58, Mauricio said, his voice low and sincere, "And to Shattered Dreams." A faint, knowing smirk tugged at the corner of PK's mouth. "You're a real piece of work, mate," he quipped, but his eyes held no malice. The psalm had been a perfect, cheeky choice from Mauricio, a nod to the absurdity of their recent lives, played out for all the world to see. It was a beautiful, chaotic mosaic of their reality, and only the two of them could truly appreciate the irony. The conversation around them ebbed and flowed, but PK and Mauricio were in their own quiet pocket. They had been in this pocket for years, a sanctuary built not just on golf and business, but on something far more profound, shared experience. They were both public figures, husbands to two of the most famous women on television, and now they were two men navigating the choppy waters of life after a very public separation. This common ground, PK mused, was the ultimate leveler. The fame, the fortune, the cameras, they all melted away when you were just two blokes helping each other through a rough patch. He thought back to the previous year, Las Vegas, the private jet. It had been all flash and spectacle, but the truth of that trip had been in the small, unscripted moments. Sitting on the jet, the desert floor a shimmering, distant blur below, Mauricio had simply listened. PK had been a man adrift, his life with Dorrit, the beautiful, vibrant woman he adored, shifting beneath his feet. He had felt the public eye on him, the whispered questions, the knowing glances. It was one thing to go through a separation. It was another to do it while an entire nation was watching. "You know, Mao," PK had said then, staring out the window, "the worst part isn't the loneliness. It's the feeling that you're letting everyone down. The family, the audience, everyone." Mauricio had clapped him on the shoulder, a simple, firm gesture of solidarity. "I get it, brother. We live our lives in HD for the world, but that doesn't change what's real. We're still just two guys trying to figure it out." That trip, far from a celebration, had been a pilgrimage of sorts, a way for two men to find strength in each other's vulnerability. When PK had posted his heartfelt thanks to Mauricio for remaining my dear, dear friend, every word had been true. He had leaned on Mauricio, and Mauricio had held him up, no questions asked. The bond was reciprocal. In a world where every move was a headline, their friendship remained a fiercely private thing. PK had been there for Mauricio too, a quiet source of comfort after his bone-breaking skiing accident. No cameras, no fanfare, just a friend showing up when it mattered most. It was in those moments that the true measure of their friendship became apparent. It wasn't a friendship for show, a convenient storyline for a reality program. It was a friendship forged in the crucible of real-life chaos. Back in London, the laughter from the other side of the table drew him back to the present. He caught sight of his doting parents, Esme and Kenny, and smiled. He had filmed them earlier, their playful mix-up with the wrong car, a small, sweet piece of home in the midst of all the grandeur. The simple joy of it was a testament to his roots, a reminder that some bonds, like the one with his family and the one he had with Mauricio, were immutable. Mauricio, catching his eye, raised his glass again. "To the old days," he said then, with a chuckle, "and to the new. They're both a bit mad, aren't they?" "Mad, indeed, mate," PK replied, a warm feeling spreading through him. He thought of the paparazzi shots on Melrose Avenue, the casual dinner, the simple act of two friends getting a meal. It was a small act, but it spoke volumes. It said, "We are here, we are doing this together." Their friendship wasn't just a byproduct of their shared show, it was a survival mechanism. They could talk about things no one else could truly understand, the unique pressure, the constant scrutiny, the heartbreak playing out for millions. PK had said as much in an interview, and it was the unvarnished truth. It was a shared experience that connected them in a way nothing else could. They were brothers not by blood, but by circumstance, by the strange, twisting turns of fate that had brought two men from opposite sides of the world together in the heart of Hollywood, and now across the pond in London. The candles on the birthday cake were lit, their small flames dancing. As PK prepared to blow them out, he didn't wish for grand things. He didn't wish for fame or fortune. He wished for the simple, enduring warmth of the connections that truly mattered. The love of his parents, the unwavering bond with his children, and the steadfast, quiet loyalty of a friend who had seen him at his most vulnerable and never turned away. This celebration, with its subtle smiles, inside jokes, and deeply rooted camaraderie, was the best gift of all. It was just the icing on the cake. The party began to wind down. Mauricio and PK found themselves standing on a quiet balcony, the London night air cool on their faces. The city lights twinkled in the distance, a sight both familiar and foreign. They had navigated the complexities of their lives with an air of public grace, but here, in this moment of quiet, the pretense fell away. It was just two men, two friends, looking out at a new horizon. The past was behind them, a turbulent but formative chapter. The future was unwritten, but for now, they were here, together, and that was more than enough.